What's up, everybody? My name is Chris, and today in this video I want to show you the new AirPods 3, as well as taking a look at a comparison with the original AirPods. Now these here I have had for like 4 years, maybe 5 years, and they are dying, which is the main reason why I actually picked up a pair of the AirPods 3 so that I finally can take walks outside again or go for a run without having to put them back into the case every like 10 minutes or so because of the battery having gone so bad. Now, first things first, we have to unbox these. Then I will take a little bit time with them, get to know how they sound, test them against the other AirPods and use them. And then I will come back to you with my thoughts in this comparison between these two sets of headphones. I'm also going to try to compare these to the AirPods Pro as well as the AirPods Max. However, that will have to wait until a time where I actually have a chance to get my hands on these with friends that are actually owning those products. But now let's dive into the unboxing of the AirPods 3 experience. Now, you might already know Apple is on a quest to reduce the waste that they are producing by selling all of these products. One of the steps was removing the plastic foil around here, which usually was something that they did for a very long time. Now, to make sure that this is not a used product, they have these seals at the bottom here and at the top that you are actually in the know that this is the first unboxing of these types of headphones when you purchase them. Overall, around, the box is just very simple as we know it from Apple, with the product name on the side, with the logo, as well as the technical information and all of those things, and just a set of the AirPods on the front here. Now let's go over to the back, break the seal, and take a look inside. Now that's one tab, and then we have the other. And now we can actually pull this open, and this is, as always from Apple, a very interesting experience. It just has enough weight to actually stay on the floor or on the table in this case, and you can just pull this up and it feels really satisfying. Of course, this is just a box, but at least Apple makes sure that it is a nice experience. Now we have this map right here, which is designed in California by Apple, and just all the technical information stuff. And of course, also the first user guide that you can use to actually pair these with your iPhone. Now we are going to put this off to the side, and here we already have the AirPods 3 in this little plastic wrap case. Now I would say if they're actually trying to reduce waste, why not get rid of this? It is already in a nice package to begin with, so this would not necessarily be something that is needed. Now I'm gonna just open this up as well, get out the charging cable, and this is actually a USB-C to Lightning cable. And that, of course, is still a bit of a sad story because in the long run, it would be really nice if Apple would just move to completely USB-C all the things. Now, with a recent regulations change in the European Union, Apple will actually be kind of forced to use USB-C on their iPhones in future generations. I'm not sure which generation, how much time they still have left to use USB Lightning. However, I would actually really prefer if they would just start making all of their products USB-C compatible, and then of course also MagSafe compatible and those kind of things, because I think it is so much nicer when all of the cables work with all of the devices, instead of having some that have Lightning, some that have USB-C, and so on and so forth. But generally speaking, this is just a usual charging cable with the Lightning port on the one side and the USB-C on the other. At least it is USB-C on the other end. Now, putting this to the side, let's unwrap the actual AirPods, and there we can just pull this little tab right here, pull this open, and then we can just push the AirPods out of here, and it also opens up in other places. So this is the plastic that I mean could be not used. Anyways, now we have the AirPods here like this. First time unboxing these for me, and of course the case is different to what I have been used to with the AirPods first generation or 0 generation. These here are the oldest AirPods on the market from what I remember. Now, this of course is how they looked at the time, and now with the news, this is how they look now. And now we can close this off, turn this over. You can see this is the difference in packaging or the difference in the case on the back. They still have this little button right here for the pairing and those kind of things. That's the same as we had before. However, the mechanism at the top here has significantly changed in the last few years. Now I'm just gonna take these out here and look at them for a quick moment. Now I find it really interesting how they are developing on the design. This here is the newest AirPod, and here we have one of the older ones. And what you can see straight away is that at the time with the original AirPods, the tip was actually really straight or going down on the AirPod. Now it is much more curved, so you have the tip going like this, and then the AirPod is more on an angle than straight down. And that, of course, will be really interesting in terms of how this fits in my ear, because it also looks a little bit bigger. And that, of course, will be an experience thing over the coming days, and that will be included in this video in a moment. But overall, I think they feel really good. They are a little bit heavier than the Generation 0. And overall, I'm just really curious to hear how they sound, as well as how the comfort when wearing is, how they fare in a walk or run, and of course also if they tend to fall out or not. Now, of course, I also want to set this up with my iPhone, bringing the iPhone close to the AirPods, opening the case, and there we have them right on the screen already ready to connect. And now I'm going to just hit the connect button, wait a short moment, and then the setup process will already be finished. And now I can set up how this works, or also see a bit of a tutorial in terms of what I can do with the tip, with the squeezing of that to kind of control things. Now I can also make adjustments because, of course, this is a new feature which I have not been able to use in previous AirPods or in my previous AirPods, and that is to use announcing of calls and notifications, and I can make those setups and adjust them later in the settings application. And with that, the setup is complete. It shows me the battery life which I can expect from these different things like the case and the AirPods themselves. And of course, if I now take them out of the case, then I only see the AirPods, because as far as I know, the case itself has no wireless transmission to the iPhone, and it only is the AirPods that are actually doing the transmitting once they are inside the case, and basically the AirPods transmit also the battery status of the case to the smartphone. And with that, the next step would be to put them in my ear to see how they fit in my first-hand experience. And now let's put this in, and it is a very different feeling in the ear than when I compare this to the other AirPods, which feel like they go really nicely into my ear and they just sit there. And with these, it feels much more like it feels much bigger in comparison to these Generation 1 AirPods. And now I'm just gonna have a quick listen to something to see how they are set up in my ear. So this is the very first time I am wearing any other AirPods from Apple than the Generation 0 AirPods. And I have to say, it's a very interesting feeling to get used to the different size of these AirPods. Now, I don't necessarily feel like they're falling out or anything, but they feel so much wider outside of my ear canal. These here, the AirPods 1 or AirPods 0, they fitted into my ear in a different way. And this will take some getting used to, I assume, because this feels very, very different. But from the extremely quick first impression in terms of sound, they do sound much fuller with more bass and all of those things. But I will talk more about that in the upcoming segments of this video. Now I will jump into some real world usage of these, see how I like them, how they fit in the ear, if they stay in, and all of those good things. And then you will see those things here in this video as they are coming up just about now.